Okay, so I'd just like you to come up to standing. We'll start with some squats. So we'll take those feet, comfortable distance apart. Chest is lifted, strong core brace. And we'll sing those hips back and down, just as far as we feel we can. And then gently back up. Think about that, squeeze to the legs, pushing the feet to the floor. Okay, we've got 2 to go. Then we're going to come into our roll downs. So here we'll drop the chin to the chest, relax your arms and shoulders, a little bit bend in the knees. Rolling as far towards the floor as we can. Not worrying if the hands can reach the floor or not. And then we're going to roll back up to standing. And again, we'll just repeat. Try to mobilise as much as you can to the back of the body. We're going to hold it at the bottom of this next, roll down. Here I extend the legs, we're going to walk the hands out. Coming into a plank position. We'll step 1 foot forwards. Keeping a squeeze in the legs, we're going to rotate that same hand as the leg will step forwards up towards the ceiling. And we'll bring the hand back down to the floor. And we're just going to repeat that a couple of times. One more on this side. And then we'll squat. So we'll step the foot back, we'll step the other foot forwards. Again, keep that squeeze to the legs. And then we'll lift that hand up towards the ceiling. And back down. Last one on this side. And then we're going to step the foot back, we'll walk the hands back towards the feet. Go back into our forward fold. We're rolling back up to standing. And then we're going to come into some squats again, so feet come to distance apart. Hips go back and down. Okay, 2 to go. And we can rest there, so we should be feeling warmed up, mobilised and ready to go. Today, we're going to start with some lunges. Now, if you don't get on with lunges, you can do squats instead. But with our lunges, we're going to keep the feet hip width apart. We're going to take a nice long stride back to the other foot. Then we're going to focus on going slow on the way down, a little bit of a pause, and then quick to the top. So we'll keep it slow on the way down, brief pause before we drive back up. We're going to do 3 rounds of these, and we're going to do 10 reps on each leg. So we'll stick on one side, then we'll change, and do the same on the other. You can take the hands out if you need to help you stabilise. Like I said, we want to keep those feet hip width apart. Okay, so we'll go for the first set. If we're doing the squats, same thing, keep it slow on the way down, brief pause, and then try and make it quick on the way up. And you don't have to do 20 reps, I'm not going to make you do 20, but you can do 15 instead. Okay, so we take a nice long stride back on one leg. We're going to lower that back knee as low to the floor as we can. Little pause before we come back up. Now if the knee can touch the floor, we want to hold that a little bit above so we're not resting on the floor. So that way, if we're resting, we take the tension out of the muscles. Good. One more on this side. And we'll step in and we'll swap the feet over. So again, keeping them hip width apart. Nice long stride back, we'll keep it slow on the way down. Little pause, and then up to the top. Last one. And we can rest. You can go those legs, little shake out. First one round done. We've got 2 sets to go. So I said if we're finding lunges difficult and you want to swap to squats, we can do. We're going to do a similar thing on the squats. So set slow on the way down. Now a little bit of a pause. And then nice and quick on the way up, really driving the feet into the floor.
The Bible by far, it's a couple of thousand years, and then
making it a little bit explosive.
It is our duty as human beings, no matter what our political persuasion, our religious preference, race or nationality, to raise one unified voice of protest, of indignation.
Let's go for set 2. So again, feet are hip width apart. We take a nice long stride back. Then we're going to take the back knee low, pausing just above the floor or as low as we can, and then driving up quick. Nice strong core brace. One more on this side. And we'll step in. We swap over. Same thing, if you're doing our squats, it was just 15 and then you can rest after the 15.
Now we've been told that this was a Marxist concoction, but it isn't. It's older than the Bible by far. It's a couple of thousand years, and then
on the lunge, go around, keep that front heel down.
It is our duty as human beings, no matter what our political persuasion, our religious preference, race or nationality, to raise one unified voice of protest, of indignation.
10 on this side. We can step in, have our little bit of a rest, give those legs a shake out, grab a drink if you need it. We've got one more set of lunges to go. Okay. Last set. So yeah, the feet come from distance apart, or hip width apart even, I should say. Nice long straight back. Then we're going to lower the back knee slightly. A little pause before we come back up. Last one on this side. And we'll step in. And we'll swap. We'll do the same thing on this side. 10 reps. Slow the way down, a little pause. And then up to the top. One to go. And then we can rest and give those legs a little shake. So enjoy a bit of recovery. But in a moment we're going to need a band. We're going to step on it. And we're going to bring the handles together. And then we're going to bring them up in front of us. So don't start yet, I'm just going to demonstrate. So feet come to this part with a bend in the knees. And then we're going to hinge forwards from the hips, keeping that nice straight back as we do, pushing the hips slightly back, chest about parallel to the floor, and we'll push the feet into the floor, coming up to standing. So we've got 3 rounds of these, nice strong rest the whole time, chest to about parallel to the floor, back up, 3 sets, 10 reps. Okay, so let's set up. So we step on the band, feet are couple of distance apart, taking hold of the handles, bring them up towards the chest. So we've got the shoulders back, we've got the abs in, a little bend in the knees, Then we're going to hinge forwards from the hips, pushing them slightly back as we do. Chest comes to about parallel to the floor, and we're going to push the feet to the floor, coming up to standing. And we'll go again. Then after 10, we can rest. It's the first set done. 2 sets to go. So if you need to, you can step off your bands. No longer recovery. Okay, let's get going for set 2. So again, we'll take hold of the handles, we'll bring them together, we'll hold them nice and tall. Feet come to distance apart, a little bend in the knees, and we'll hinge forward to the hips. Keep the shoulders pulled back. Chest about parallel to the floor, and then we drive back up. And then after 10, we can rest. Then we can step off the band, we can grab a drink if we need to. We have one more round. Okay. Third and final set. So let's take those handles high again. Then we're bending the knees, drawing the shoulders back. Then we'll inch forwards. Pushing those hips slightly back to two. And we drive to the feet. Pushing back up to standing. Squeezing through the back of the legs and glutes. Last off. That's great. Well, we're done with the legs. And we can put the band down for the moment. We're going to do push-ups. That's our next move. We've got 3 sets. We're going to lower the reps in each set. First round, we're going to start at 10. Second round, we'll start at 8. Third round, we'll go for 6. And kind of similar to what we did on the lunges, I would like you to keep them slow on the way down. Brief pause before we quickly drive back to the top. So we'll keep it slow, little pause, and then back up. So we want to add the pause in because it just stops us from bouncing at all. So we have to stop the motion. We really have to drive back to the top. They can be done on the knees, they can be done on the toes. You can even put them up onto a slight incline. If you are really struggling, that helps us as well by putting the hands in a higher position. It makes it a little bit easier, changes the amount of weight that we're putting through it. So for example, I can do it with my hands on here, which is easier than having my hands on the floor. So the option yours, depends if you have something you can do with, if not, you will either leave on the floor. And it might be you can do a couple on the toes, and then do these slow steadies. Again, that's perfectly fine as well. But yeah, if you slow on the way down, brief pause, back up. First set, 10 reps. We take the hands wide on the shoulders. Fingers don't have to be straight, they can be at a slight angle. And we'll keep it slow. Little pause, quick to the side. Down 10. Quick rest. Then recovery zone. That's one round done. 2 sets to go. Absolutely brilliant. Okay, set 2. So same thing, slow on the way down, move on the way up, with that little pause, but 8 reps. So let's go. And again, after rotates, we can rest. Move those arms in shape. There's one more round of push-ups to go after our recovery. 6 reps in this last set as well. So it's just really easy go. Okay. Third, final set. 6 reps. So yeah, you're going to need your toes, hands are wide, slow on the way down, little pause, before pushing to the top. And after those 6, we can rest. You're going to stay on the floor. And we're going to actually sit on the band. With the handles coming out either side of us. So we've got a banded Z press. So we're setting the handle into each hand in a moment. Keeping the legs ever so slightly bent, driving the heels into the floor. Sitting up nice and tall so we're not hunched. We'll drive it overhead. 3 sets, and we've still got 10 reps of these. So we're going to take hold of the handles, after the handle in each hand, and we're going to drive the arms overhead and bring them back down. As close to the shoulders as you can, and as close to full extension of the arms as possible, sitting up nice and tall. And like 10, we can rest. Little recovery time. Have a look, 2 more sets. Set 2. We'll take hold of those handles again, sit up nice and tall. We're going to drive overhead and as far back towards the shoulders as we can. Sit up tall. Up to 10, we can rest. We've got one more set of these. Okay, third and final set of these ones, so we'll take hold of those handles again, we'll bring them to the shoulders, we'll sit up nice and tall. And we'll drive those hands overhead, and then bring them as close back to the shoulders as we can. And repeat. And up to 10. We can rest.
This is big bass, baby.
And then we can gently make our way to standing. We've got some lateral raises next. We've got 2 sets of these. We're going to go for 12 reps in each set. So in a moment we'll step on the bands. Keeping that slight bend in the elbows, we're going to lift up and out to shoulder height, or as close to shoulder height as you can. So those hands come out a little bit in front of the shoulder because of that slight bend in the elbow. We don't go any higher than shoulder height. That's it, 2 sets of 12. Let's take hold of that band then. So we're standing tall, slight bend in those elbows. We're going to lift up as close to shoulder height as we can, and then slowly back down. after 12 we can rest. We've got a little bit of recovery time. We've been brilliant life so far. Okay, second set. Standing tall, slight bend in those elbows, and we lift up, and then back down. Last one, and we can rest there. And we can step off the band, and we can get rid of it. That is all the hard work for today. So you've just got a nice little bit of stretch. So we'll start by releasing the chest and shoulders. So standing tall, we're going to bring the hands behind us, slide the insulation fingers and pull the hands down and straighten those arms out. And if this is enough for holding it here, if you want that a little bit more though, we can pull those hands a little bit further behind us. Take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, release those hands back in and we can release. Stretch the legs. We'll take slight bends, one over, bring the other heel up behind us. We'll take hold the ankle, release the other hips, kind of standing tall. Need to hold your ear, take your arm out, hold on to something. And we can release. We'll do the same thing on the other side. And we can gently release. Okay, last stretch. We'll take a nice deep breath in as we do. We're sinking into a little bit of squat. As we come out of the squat, like circle your arms overhead. As you breathe out of the top, we'll relax the shoulders. And we'll circle those arms back and down. We'll do that one more time. Nice deep breath. As you breathe out, relax your shoulders and circle the arms back and down. Fantastic, right, everyone.